Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 22 of our Survivor series. My name is Joe Buffalo and I'm joined by Leo. How are you today, bud?
Good.
Good? What do you want to do today?
Build a big sugar farm.
You want to build a big sugarcane farm?
Yep.
That's a great idea. We should also show them how to build an auto blast furnace.
Uh-huh.
All right, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's go! One of the reasons we want to build a sugarcane farm is because sugarcane makes paper, and paper makes books, and we need a lot of books for our iron farm. The other reason we want to have a sugarcane farm is because we are going to need fireworks, and fireworks are made with paper. So in order to get fireworks for when we have elytra, we will need to have an unlimited supply. So we're going to design a large sugarcane farm that is in a block space of 18 by 16 blocks. But first, we're going to have to dig this entire area out to make it nice and flat. So let's get that completed and we'll move on to the next steps. Once we've got everything leveled off, we can now go ahead and show you how this sugarcane farm is going to work. So now you have a dirt block. Well, you need water in order for this sugarcane farm to work because you can't plant sugarcane on a dry block. It has to be next to a water source. So for our farm, we're going to use stairs that look like this, and we're going to waterlog these 3 blocks so that it'll have a water source for the sugarcane. So once you have your water source filled in, we're going to go ahead and cover the water source up with whatever block we choose. In this case, I'm just using jungle wood. And now that there's a water source there, you can plant sugarcane and you can grow it as high as you want, up to 3 blocks. And that's a full stock of sugarcane if it was to grow. So what we're going to do is next we're going to place a piston here. And then behind that piston, we're going to put a block. And above the piston, right here, we're going to drop an observer facing this way. So what you'll see is the face of the observer is looking at us. And underneath that face of the observer is the piston. And what'll happen is when the sugarcane grows up to the face of the observer, that will activate the piston and it will cut the sugarcane down 2 blocks and leave the one here to grow again 3 more blocks. And the reason it does that is because we're going to go ahead and place a redstone dust right here. Now what'll happen is when this grows to the observer part, it'll activate this redstone dust, and this redstone dust will activate the piston, which will cut the sugarcane for us. And you can see that by doing this right here. Now it's too high. As soon as I add this next block, it's going to go ahead and activate the piston. Just like that. And it's going to cut it, and then we'll have a minecart system that'll collect all this for us. And with Leo's help, we can show you how this redstone activates really quickly. So Leo, can you plant these 2 for us? And you'll see the redstone when he plants the last one.
On top?
It turns on really fast to activate that piston. Yeah. That piston shoots out and it cuts the sugarcane. So what we're going to do is take this concept and build a whole bunch of them next to each other in a big circle around this 18 by 16 square. And then we're going to build a whole bunch inside. And then I want it bigger because I like to have more. I'm going to do a second level on it so that there's twice the amount. And the first level should have around 80 of these. And the second level, another 80 for a total of 160 individual sugarcane farms. So let's tear this down and show you how to build a blast furnace. So the reason I want to build a blast furnace is because I want to use copper. And in order to use copper, you have to smelt it. And we have a lot of copper to smelt. So the first thing we're going to do to build our automatic blast furnace is to dig a hole in the ground to put a chest in. And then once you have a chest, go ahead and place a hopper on top of that chest by hitting shift. Once you have a hopper on top of the chest, go ahead and place your blast furnace on top of that hopper. Once you have your blast furnace in place, go to the side. You could do either side and go ahead and place a hopper into the side of the blast furnace. And you can see the arrows pointing into the side of the blast furnace. And finally, go ahead and place your last hopper on top of the blast furnace so that it's facing down inside. What we'll do next is go ahead and put a chest on top of this hopper here. And then on the very top, we're going to go ahead and place another chest on the top hopper just like this. The way that this works is that on our hopper and chest on the side is where you put your fuel. So we'll go ahead and place our coal in here, and you can see it instantly starts to filter in to our blast furnace, which is using the hopper. Then up here, we're going to put our smelting ore, which we're going to use in this case is going to be copper. So we put all our copper in here, And then once all our copper's in, you can see that it's turned on the blast furnace, and it's going to place all of our smelted copper into the chest below. And it'll continue to do this as long as there's fuel and something to smelt on the top. Now you won't have to come back here and do anything. It'll just do it automatically by itself. And when you're all done, you can come collect all the ores you need to collect. To start our collection area, we're going to go ahead and place our rails in just like this. And you can see this was where our first starting point, where our white wool was, our temporary block. But in order to get your powered rail to turn on, what we do is put a lever underneath the block that has the powered rail. Once you turn the lever on, it powers up that rail. What we've done is we've done that to each powered rail. This way you don't have to use any redstone dust and just use a lever, which is just a stick and a piece of cobblestone. What we did next is we count 8 blocks from here and do the exact same thing with 2 powered rails. We'll continue right around to the next wool block that we took out and come back down this way, counting off 6 blocks from that end. Another powered rail. Then we'll run down this side, count 6 blocks from here for another powered rail, and then we'll come around this side and not put any powered rails in at all. And we'll continue this process up and down, power rail, non-powered rail, powered rail, non-powered rail, the entire length of this 16 by 18 empty area.
Yeah.
And we'll show you what that looks like when it's all finished. Once completed, your rail system should look like this. Now we're going to go ahead and place 2 blocks at each end. So one on that end there and one at this end over here. And those blocks we're going to use are copper blocks. In order to make a hopper minecart, all you need is a hopper and a minecart, and it puts it together to make a hopper minecart. And what a hopper minecart does, it collects everything that's on the track or near it. So we're going to place a block here, and we're going to place a block here. What that's going to allow the hopper minecart to do is bounce off this and continue an infinite loop back and forth to collect the sugarcane as the pistons cut the sugarcane when the redstone is activated by the observer. So we go ahead and place our minecart hopper here, and there it goes. And it'll continue to go around the entire rail system, collecting and unloading. Now we have to create our unloading area. To build our collection system, we're going to have to get rid of these 5 rails here. And we're also going to have to get rid of this power source here. And the reason we have to get rid of that power source is because we're going to run redstone because we want a lamp to light up our chest when our chest is full. We can go ahead and dig out these 5 blocks here. And then we're going to go ahead and find the 3rd block, which is the middle block. We're going to go ahead and take that one out. Then we're going to go ahead and dig this one out and this one out. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to place our 2 chests, one here, one here. Then we're going to take a hopper, place a hopper into the chest. Then we're going to take another hopper and place it into this hopper. And then we're going to stick a hopper on top of this hopper. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a hopper into this hopper and a hopper into this hopper. And then we're going to come over on this other side and add a hopper into this hopper and a hopper into that hopper. And you can see that it flows into the middle. This flows into the middle. This drops down one and into this double chest. And that's our collection area. Now, in order to add a redstone lamp that's going to tell us when it's full, we're going to come down here and dig and use a little redstone. Now you can see here, this is where that lever was, where the powered rails were on top. So we can take that down. And then once you're down here, you can see we just dug right around our hoppers and our chest. So now we're going to go ahead and take a half slab, place it here, and we're going to place our redstone comparator like this so that these 2 prongs are next to the hopper. Now what this is going to do, this redstone comparator will read this hopper, and this chest. Once these are all full, this will turn on and create power. What we can do then is place a block here with redstone on it and then have the redstone go out this way to a redstone lamp. That way, once it does get full, it'll turn on this redstone and this light will turn on, and I'll know that the chest is full. And I can show you an example. If I put the lever right here, I turn the power on, you can see that the light turns on. So let's fill this in. And now we can go ahead and put our rails back on top of our hoppers. You will have to hit shift. And then what we can do is move our powered rails to right here. And now we can test out our collection system by simply placing down a minecart, and then we could just throw some blocks out onto the track. Our hopper minecart goes ahead and just picks them right up. And then over here, as it comes past the hopper collection area, it's going to drop them off, and you can see them all coming into our chest. We're going to go start over here right by the beginning of our collection area. What we're going to do is move one block from our powered rail, start here, and go all the way down 16 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. After you put the 16 blocks of dirt down, go ahead and put our stairs in. One on the end goes like this, and then every one the whole way down will go like this. And then once you get at the end, go ahead and place one like that. So you should have a nice area to be able to put your water in to waterlog these blocks. So next we're going to go ahead and fill this full of water, and make sure you hit every single stair. Once you have all your blocks of water filled in, go ahead and place your block of choice. In our case, we're using jungle wood. And then once you have your jungle wood in place, or block of choice, go ahead and place a piston facing you just like this the whole way down. Once you have your pistons in, it'll look like this. Then go from behind, and on the back of our pistons, we're going to go ahead and place a block of our choice. Again, we're going to use jungle wood here. And then once you have your wood in place, or your block of choice in place, go ahead and place a observer facing this way, so that the faces of the observer are pointing at the same direction as your piston. Then we're going to go ahead and put a piece of redstone dust on each wooden block the entire way down. Your sugar farm should look just like this on the front side, and this on the back side, again with a piece of redstone across the block that you put in behind the piston. Next, we're going to go ahead and put our sugarcane planted in place. And that's about it for this side of the farm. And we can make sure that this works by building it all the way to the top. It triggered it all, and all the pistons went off. Now the only thing left to do on here is to enclose this with glass, and we'll do that at the end. So we're going to start over here on this side, and we can move in 5 blocks to start our first dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put our first one here, and we're going to go 8 the whole way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that'll leave you 4 blocks empty on this side. And again, we're going to do the same process that we did over here to this side with these 8 blocks. Again, with the stairs, this is a very repetitive process. Next, your pistons facing you. Then your block of choice behind the piston. Then your observer, the face facing the same direction as the piston is pointing. And then run a row of redstone right down the back. And then when that's completed, go ahead and plant your sugarcane. And so 2 sides of the farm are complete. We're going to do the exact same thing we did on the front to the back here. Go ahead and start 1 in and go 16 down. And now we have 3 sides completed. We'll go ahead and do this side exactly the same as the side over there. We'll come in 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once all 4 sides of the farm are complete, you'll have something that looks like this. And you can see it's starting to grow. You could also see that our copper blocks have turned and aged into this nice bluish green color. And you can see from this corner the same thing. So now we're going to go start on the inside of the farm. And the inside of the farm is the same concept. However, we're going to use the same redstone so we don't have to waste resources to operate the back side of it. So we're just going to build it backwards. So from here, we're going to start 2 blocks. From this block here, we're going to go 2 blocks this way with dirt. So 1, 2, and then right here, we're going to place some dirt. And we're going to go 8 blocks down with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same process with the stairs. 1 facing this way, and then the rest this way. And then the last one facing this way. And then fill with water. Then place our block. And then our piston. And then our observer on top facing the same way as our piston. And you can see the redstone dust automatically links to our observer. And then we'll go ahead and place our sugarcane. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on this side and use this middle row redstone to save on resources. From this block, come over 2 blocks, 1, 2, and place your first dirt block. And then run 8 across. Now, one thing we're going to do different on this run, instead of putting sugarcane in, you can actually use this farm as a bamboo farm as well. And one thing about bamboo is you don't need water to grow bamboo. It'll just grow on its own without any water source. So all we have to do here is place a block behind it like this and run it the whole way across. And then same concept, and then observers facing the way the piston's faced. Just remember, you won't be able to plant sugarcane here because there is no water. We're going to start with our next row. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, place a block of dirt there, and run 8 down this way. And once we got this one completed, we're going to start from this block here and count over 2 blocks. 1, 2, put a dirt block right there. Okay, that wraps it up for the inside of our farm. Now we have to go get glass, and I'm going to use green stained glass to surround each little individual farm. I'll show you how one is done on the end, one is done in the middle. And in order to make green stained glass, all you need is some green dye and some glass. And the way to get green dye is simply to just smelt a cactus. So in order to enclose this with glass, it's pretty simple. All we have to do is put a glass here and then one all the way up with it. Then you want to come out one from here, down one, and strictly go across the entire farm, just like this. Then once you have that done, you can simply put a row of glass in here if you want to put a roof on it, because it does need a roof or it will shoot out the top. But what we're going to do is add a second floor to this. So I'm actually going to put copper blocks all across the top of this. That would be one completed sign enclosed in glass. And now as the pistons expand and cut the sugarcane, you'll see it all stays inside there, and when the minecart goes underneath, it'll collect it all. I'm going to go ahead and enclose the rest of this farm on the perimeter. The perimeter of our farm is 100% enclosed in glass, and as well as the roof is all copper. Now we have to go work on the middle and get this 100% enclosed in glass. Okay, the roof, the sides, the inside, everything is 100% enclosed. I highly suggest putting some torches in here or lanterns. That way it keeps the mobs out. Now what we can do is get our farm up and running by getting our minecart so it can start collecting everything we need. And there it is. It's starting to collect as we go. This is what I've collected as I was building the process. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put the second layer on this, and I'll show you what it all looks like when it's 100% done. Well, what do you think, Leo?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's pretty big, huh?
Yeah. Wait, you opened the door?
Well, you can go in there if you want, but there's 80 sugarcane individual farms per level, 2 levels for 160 individual sugarcane farms.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
And the entire time it took us to build this is almost, that's how much sugarcane we've gotten. 9 stacks of sugarcane and 7 stacks, almost 8 stacks of bamboo. And there's only 2 rows of bamboo in there.
Yeah.
So the bamboo's producing very fast.
I go swimming.
One thing to look at, very important, to make sure that you light it up really well so that no mobs fall inside. And then we just put a couple details on with some trap doors and some lanterns and a couple fences. Well, that looks like that's it for this farm. You want to go play a game, Leo?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
You want to play the egg game?
Yeah.
All right, let's play the egg game. The
Yeah.
first one to throw an egg to get the chicken wins?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to play?
Yeah.
On your marks, get set, go. Hey, just one egg. You're only supposed to... Oh, how many did you throw?
6.
6 eggs?
I got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe it's every 6 eggs. Here we go. Oh no. I'm out of eggs. Well, it looks like you won this game, bud. Let's go say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like it wraps up this episode. I hope everybody had a great day. I hope everybody learned a lot about sugarcane and bamboo. I hope everybody learned how to build a farm and how to put a light into the farm when the chest is full. I hope everybody had a good time learning about how a blast furnace works automatically. Go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!